Hey everybody, welcome to another review. Tonight I'm going to be testing out the new GData Internet Security 2013. Just got released I think a couple days ago. So I want to see how it does against my tests here. I got 2054 pieces of malware, I got some malware we can check online, and of course we'll look at the program. So first off, before I open anything, let's look at our usual little quick. So what do we got here? 22. So I mean, I've seen this lower than 22, but right now you're looking at what, 40, 45 megs, something like that, if you add everything. So I've seen it around 20, so 20 to 45. Not too bad for memory usage. They definitely brought it down a lot since the old ones used to be much worse. So they definitely improved. So we'll see how it affects the usage of the computer. Let's open up the main user interface here. So you can see it looks a lot. Basically, I don't think they've changed anything since the 2012 version. So you can see that it's updating Engine A, which is Bitdefender, and Engine B, which is Avast. So I'll make sure it's got the newest and latest and greatest signatures. Basically, idle scan is paused. I guess that's while the computer is idle, it'll scan in the background, but because it's not idle, then it's not going to. We have web protection is enabled. You can click and look at settings. We'll go through those too real quick. I found some interesting things. Firewall, spam, email check. Pretty simple. You hit more, you can create a boot CD, update the program. I'll show you that it's the newest one. So the one thing that I did see is they have this new little thing that they let you pick your security versus performance. So what they say is if you have a standard computer, it uses both engines basically, so you have the best security, good speed, and good memory requirement. If you have a slow computer, it'll use only engine A, and it'll also change how it checks the files. It only checks on execution of a file. The other way, it checks on read and write access. So depending on, or you can pick whatever you want. So you can say, I want both engines and, on execution, or check on read, or check on read and write, however else you want to set this up. But standard is the way it's going to be, and that's how we're going to leave it. So you can see behavior monitoring is turned on. Both engines are turned on. Query desired action for infected files and infected archives. Click on advanced, the mode, heuristics, basically everything's turned on. Manual virus check, so for infected files, disinfect, if not possible, quarantine. Updates, your web protection, everything's all turned on from that. The port that it routes you through, so it's got like a proxy. Instant messaging, email check, which we don't care about, automatic virus checks, anti-spam, once again I really don't care in this case. Firewall, autopilot, user will not receive any firewall queries, and it's set to standard security. So we're going to leave everything just like it came from the factory. So let's get to testing here. First off, we'll open up Kill Switch just like we normally do. Open up Internet Explorer here. Seems pretty speedy. Don't really see a slowdown too much. Oop. I wanted to turn off the performance graphs. Okay. So let's open up our links and let's go from there. Okay, that one didn't work for some odd reason. Alright, I think this is a fake AV. Or AdAware or something, I can't remember right now off the top of my head. Might be AdAware. AdAware tends to be the Achilles heel for everybody these days. We'll see what it does. Ah, see, there you go. This is gonna install the we'll see. You can see it's gonna install some Yahoo stuff, and alright, we'll see what happens in the background. Alright, so some kind of weather bug. Yeah, don't you guys think that this is my location? I use a proxy. So alright, that thing's still going in the background. Alright, let's continue here. Okay, that one failed. I said at some point in time it's probably running some kind of exploit. I will say one thing though, my cousin had GData installed on their home computer and I got a weird email from them, and I called them up and I was like, what's going on? And it was like it was almost exactly like this type of email. They're like, oh, I got some viruses sent on my computer. So, and that was like a week after I received it. I gave them a call and I'm like, what's going on? And they're like, oh, it just scanned and now I think it removed it, or it finally found it. And so it took GData or Bitdefender or Avast a week to find the infection, but it already done the damage. It sent out the spam. Okay. I think that had an exploit. Some of these, I think most of these are some kind of exploit. This might have some kind of adware associated with it. We'll have to see. Yeah, it has the Babylon thing. I won't even bother with that. Let's see if it finds this stuff. I'm not even going to bother with this program. It's just adware. Nope. Looks like a dead exploit. Alright, well these links kind of stunk, but that's alright, that's why we got backups. This was trying to be some kind of advertising page. Alright, so that was kind of junky. Alright, let me check to see if it disabled Windows Defender, because you've seen that a lot of stuff doesn't, and apparently this doesn't either. And now we're going to disable the monitor for, I don't know, 10 minutes, and that'll give me enough time to unpack this malware, and then I'll do a context scan. So I'll be back when the context scan is done. Alright, so I'm back here. Did a couple scans to make sure that it got everything. Let's see what we got left over. We have 288. Looks like it did a really good job with the detection, and it should, seeing as it has two engines, two very good engines. But now let's see how it handles. So 85, 86%. But my interest is to see how it actually handles the unknowns. So we got everything's back on again, as you can see. Everything is good. Let's see what it does. Nothing on that one. This is probably adware. Yep, I'm not even going to bother with that one. Most of these, from the looks of it, look like there's some form of adware. Alright, let's try a couple more here. Oh, okay, like I've got that one. Alright, that was weird. That's probably also some kind of adware to all this stuff we got installed. I probably should have kept kill switch open. Let's open it back up again. It looks like I found something here. Unknown program. Looks like Explorer crashed. Alright, we'll try two more. Whatever this Facebook thing is. And whatever this guy is. Okay. This is like a like a part of a ransomware program from the looks of it. Alright, yeah, we'll call that good. So what I'm going to do now is I probably won't be able to delete this. Oh, looks like I can. So I'm going to reboot just to give it a chance here, and then I'm going to do a full scan. I'll use CCleaner, do a full scan of the computer, and I'll come back and I'll show you guys what it finds. Alright, so I'm back. It finished a complete scan, and the only thing that it found is this folder that I have on the desktop that had my malware in it. Didn't say it found anything else, so I'll close it up here, and then I'm going to disable the monitor for 4 hours, doesn't matter. Alright, so now I'm going to do a scan with Cleaning Essentials, and I'll be back with the result. Alright, so Comodo finished scanning and found 4 things. Found malware or unclassified malware, part of that FLV player, uninstall. Found a file application unwanted, game Vance, a DLL, and a registry key. And then it found adware extensions xp component.dll, another file. And I wanted to double check these, so I threw these up on VirusTotal so you guys can check them out too. This is that uninstall one, so you can see it's identified by a decent amount, 12 out of 42. And that one was first seen by VirusTotal about a week ago, so it's been out there for a while. And this is the Rival Gaming DLL, and this one's only found by 6. You can see Riskware, MCSoft, Kaspersky, Adware. So that one's found, and that one has never been seen. It was seen first time by VirusTotal 2 minutes ago. And really the same thing with the other one. This is the first time it was seen by VirusTotal, and once again, it's very low detection, 8 out of 42. So this also goes to show you, for the people who don't believe in some of these antiviruses, we can see OnLab, Common Touch, Comodo, FProt, Fortinet, Kaspersky, and the McAfee Special Edition, GW Edition, are the only ones that identified these. So, interesting, huh? Anyway, we're going to clean all these guys up, and that's asked me to reboot, so I'll reboot, and I'll come back and do a scan with Malwarebytes, so I'll be back. Alright, so I'm back now, and Malwarebytes found 119 things in here. Looks like they're really Adware, one program, just different parts of it. We do have here backdoor, Bifrose, or Bifrose, however you want to say it. We have Hijack Trace, something changed, Internet Explorer. And a possibly unwanted program, Crossfire, Download Safe, Fun Moods, Gameplay Games Lab. These are all possibly unwanted programs. So we're going to check all these, and we're going to remove them. I don't think anything was running in memory, so I think it'll be okay. Alright, and last but not least here, let's do a scan with Hitman Pro. We'll see if this identifies anything. Alright, so I'm back here. Hitman Pro found one file and a couple of registry keys, so I decided to do a scan with MCSoft, and that found 148 things. Found 31 trace files with that WeatherBug, free offers, freeze.com, PC Optimizer, bunch of files there, registry key with WeatherBug. These are all basically adware in some form or the other, so that's why they're not, you know, high risk, but they're still there, so it's just good for you to know that they are there. So you can see PC Optimizer, registry keys, and last but not least, it did find that same file. So we can quarantine these, but that's really the review for GData. It had a good scanning engines, wasn't very heavy, but just like Kaspersky, its Achilles heel seems to be adware. Didn't let any major infections, not that I could see, in, but it still needs to improve its 0 day. There's no other way to look at, look at it. It hasn't done it yet. So that's it for this review. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll talk to everybody later.